She's being actively detained, depriving her children of a mother, depriving her husband of a partner, and all she can think of is, God, I wish I could look on the Trump mushroom. I hate to tell you all, but we are going to be starting with a nasty topic. I honestly feel kind of gross talking about this right now. Like, I'm not really okay, but I have to talk about it anyway, so let's see what happens. CD asks, is it worse than yesterday's topic? I have bad news for you. It is yesterday's topic, but it's a follow-up on it. So, for those who don't remember, there was a woman who got detained by ICE for being Iranian-born, and of course, her family, including her, are massive Trump supporters. Like, these guys are MAGA for life. And we ended yesterday's stream calling the husband a cuck, because the only word for somebody who watches the government fucking their wife and then celebrates it, well, it's cuckoldry. So, let's go ahead and see what has gone on with that. So, a devout MAGA mom holed up in a detention center in the Mojave Desert says that her support for President Donald Trump is unwavering despite ICE locking her up. What the heck? How do you get to this point in your life where you are actively supporting the person who is putting their boot on your neck? It's one thing to support up until the point where the leopards eat your face. It's another to sit there celebrating the leopards chewing down on your face while you are having it happen to you. You're just sitting there going, at least my cats are eating today. Like, no, that is so screwed up. And honestly, I was not aware that this type of person existed. You could not have convinced me that this type of person existed. Because, like, in the case of somebody like, say, Blair White, right? I would at least expect them to be upset if, you know, her HRT were taken away. That would be a reason for her to get legitimately upset. At least I would think. But no, this is like what happens if Blair White has her HRT taken away and is told, nope, you're going to have to go ahead and just deal with detransitioning. And she just started going, well, this is what the Conservative Party wants. This is what I'm going to do. This is that. But, you know, a bit different. Arpini Masihi was born in Iran, but has been in the United States since she was 3 years old. She became the target for Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers over crimes committed 17 years ago. They are going back through the fucking ledger. The 39-year-old woman, a mother of 4 children born in the United States, was eating breakfast with her family at their home in Diamond Bar, Los Angeles County, California, when ICE agents called her. Just 30 minutes later, she was cuffed in front of her young kids and brought to a holding cell in downtown LA. From there, she was shipped to Adelanto Immigrant Detention Center in California's Mojave Desert. Despite very challenging conditions in the prison-like facility, Masihi still has faith in the Trump administration. He's doing the right thing because lots of these people don't deserve to be here, Masihi told the BBC in a public phone call. Lots of these people don't deserve to be here. Like, people don't deserve to be in the fucking cell? I will support him until the day I die. He is making America great again. Yeah, I no longer feel sympathy for this woman. She's being actively detained, depriving her children of a mother, depriving her husband of a partner, and all she can think of is, God, I wish I could look on the Trump mushroom. Jesus fucking Christ. Masihi is a Christian Armenian Iranian, something she and her husband, Arthur Sahakian, believe make her not deportable to her home nation, which is majority Shia Islam. I am a good Christian, and that's why I'm not going to be deported. My religion is the religion of Jesus Christ. Ignore the fact that there's like 55 plus a couple decimal points other different types of Christians in my city alone. And so there's a bunch of people who will probably call me not the real kind of Christian. Ignore that fact. No, I do not deserve to be sent away. And I don't deserve to be sent away, not because I'm a good American or any of that weird bullshit, not because I'm a human, but because I'm a good Christian. That's why. Sahakian told the BBC, "We are Christians. She can't go back. There's no way." He suggested that his wife's life would be at risk. My wife's life would be at risk. Oh, government, please keep fucking her. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. How? How do you have the two conflicting thought processes of my wife's life is in imminent danger, and it is in imminent danger because of the actions of Donald Trump? Also, I love Donald Trump, and I hope that he has mint flavor the next time on the bottom of his fucking boot, because I'm getting tired of the flavor of mud, but it's still just so god dang good. Emat says, gotta genuinely wonder what goes on in the heads of people like them. I also have to wonder. I've got a lot of questions. Jassa says, I can't help but laugh at her stupidity. Being detained in the desert and still being like Trump is good. So, here's the thing. Even if she gets sent back, she had to deal with a traumatic situation, and the government's not going to fucking repay her for that. Even if she gets sent back, or even if she gets sent back to her house. 847 Lily, thank you for reading me your points for an well. Even if she goes back home, her children are still going to remember this moment for the rest of their life. And of course, in the event she gets sent back to Iran, like, he just bombed them. That's... oh boy. Oh boy. Sahakian said that their home is broken by his wife's arrest. Yeah, and guess whose fault that is? Trump. But he refused to blame Trump for their predicament. He says, I don't blame Trump. I blame Biden. Biden's not the fucking president. He's not the fucking president. He's not the guy. He's not the guy anymore. He's not the guy in charge. He's not the guy who got your wife fucking arrested. How? 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 Token white dude, thank you so much for subscribing. How? How? It's not Donald Trump's fault. It's Biden's, despite the fact that he's not the president. He's not calling the shots. He didn't order the ICE crackdowns. No, it's all Biden's fault. He says, it's his doing for opening the borders. Biden didn't have a fucking open border policy. In fact, Biden rounded up quite a lot of immigrants and sent them back. He didn't have an open border policy by any stretch of the imagination. It's his doing for open borders. But I believe in the system, and all good people will be released, and the ones that are bad will be sent back. Oh, I'm channeling my inner freaking Baptist preacher there. I'm sorry. But, no, so this is actually a fallacy, okay? This is a fallacy called the just world fallacy. The fallacy of bad things can't happen to me because I'm not a bad person. Bad things wouldn't happen to my wife because my wife's not a bad person. In a just world, good things happen to my good wife and bad things happen to bad people. The just world fallacy is believing that farther than you can throw it. In a just world, these things would happen, but we don't live in a just world. We haven't for a very, very long time. We haven't for a very, very long time. Jet says, you know what, I made the meme? I was only slightly thinking this wouldn't actually happen. And it's just happening. It's just happening. Also, hi, Guitar Rocker. How's it going? We're just suffering right now. In 2008, Masihi was sentenced to 2 years in prison after she was convicted of burglary and grand theft. Her green card was taken away by an immigration judge, making her current predicament all the more challenging. Yes, you're one of the good ones. I'm sure that's how our legal system's going to look at it. Since then, Masihi has started a business and had 4 children, aged 14, 11, 10, and 4. She and her family live in the affluent Los Angeles County suburb of Diamond Bar. After Masihi's arrest on June 30th, Sahakian refused to take the Trump flags down from their family yard, speaking to the media, attempting to justify ICE's work. He said detaining people like his wife, it will resolve a lot of issues because we'll know exactly who's in here and for what reasons, even though I miss her dearly. I miss my wife dearly. God bless Trump for taking away my wife. You know, I thought when I did that other video that this was going to be the type of thing that led to a divorce, right? Where one of them would get taken away and the other one would go, God, thank Trump for taking her away. And then she would come home and realize she was dating a cuck and didn't want to be dating a cuck. And then that would be it. That would be it. And their relationship would be ended. And I'm not here for celebrating relationships ending, but if anybody did that to me, I would be breaking up for them, right? So instead, we have a situation where the wife is going to sit there worshiping the ground Trump stands on until the moment where she is sent away. Now, there was a point brought up during the last video that I do want to talk about. Victor143, thank you for the follow. There was a point brought up in the last video that I do want to cover just a little bit. The point was, he could just be faking it in order to increase the chances of his wife coming back. And I think that is a reasonable position. I can understand that thought process. I could not be that fucking person. I'm sorry. Maybe my spine's just a little too straight for that one. Just no. Absolutely not. I cannot fathom for the life of me what would happen if something like this were to happen to Saki. Do you know how much I would talk about this shit on social media? I wouldn't be celebrating Trump going, hail Mr. Trump, hail President Trump. No, I would be sitting here not only mouthing off about him, but I would be sparking fucking protests. I would be getting people from my local card shop together at that point going, hey, one of our own, one of the people who plays Magic up here, just got detained by ICE despite being a native-born citizen of the United States. I would be absolutely livid, and I would not stop being livid until the day I probably died. Like, that's the kind of thing that I would be pissed about years after the fact, even once everything is resolved. As for his feelings toward the president, he said, Trump is not trying to do anything bad except for all the bad things he's doing. We understand what he's doing. I love when he fucks my wife. He wants the best for this country. The couple, meanwhile, are awaiting updates on their legal case. Oh my God. I wish there was a comment section here because I want to see what kinds of opinions come out of this. Nah, this is cuck behavior. And I'm not even saying that, like, ironically. Like, you remember when the internet got really, really into saying the word cuck like 7 years ago as just a generalized insult, because we like using generalized insults, especially generalized insults that can hit people in the kink community, because there are people who are far stronger than me that are actually into cuckoldry. So, I understand that. But I cannot fathom for the life of me a word that better encapsulates the behavior and the thought processes of somebody who is watching their spouse getting fucked by Donald Trump and the federal government and is saying, "Oh God, yes, Daddy, please rain harder on me." There is no other word I can use for that. Sure, I could use the word brainwashed. I could. But I don't think it quite encompasses the specific nature of what is going on. It's just genuinely awful. I wish I could feel sympathy for her. I wish I could, but we're past the point of sympathy for them, right? Sympathy is for the people who make mistakes and are able to recognize that they made those mistakes. Sympathy is no longer for the people who make those mistakes and then sit there dick-riding the person who their mistakes birthed, and they're just okay with it. It's like if you're a group of parents and you birth the Antichrist and you're just like, he's just a wee little guy. And you just keep doing that, like, while he's stabbing someone. He's just a wee little guy. He's our fault, but he's just a wee little guy. Like, that's all this is. That's all this shit is. And I refuse to believe otherwise. There's nothing else in this story right now. That's new information as of the 10th, and it is now 33 minutes into the 11th at time of recording. So that is the most recent information we have right now. I wish Cuck and Cuckette get everything they ever asked for, and obviously absolutely nothing that they ever wanted. I feel like I'm being needlessly petty and cruel here, but this is the kind of behavior for somebody who has gone so far over the edge that you just need to abandon them. You just do not need to be trying to work on those people anymore. That's it. That's it. They've demonstrated that they have already crossed every line at that point. Axel says, Suris, he's a wee little guy. How could you be mean to him? It's just a little stab. It's never really hurt anybody. My God, I'm sounding like Dubas right now. I do like his videos, though. He's also really sweet in public. I don't know why I, opened my introduction to him with a spork, but I don't know. Weird things happen at conventions. Anyways, he's a little birthday boy, just doing a little stabbing. Just doing a little stabbing. Okay. That's it for that one. That tires me. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I really could not do any of this without all of you. Those of you watching, and especially those of you who support me on Patreon. I wanted to go ahead and take a minute to thank all of you who do that, because with YouTube being what it is these days, I really cannot do this full-time without the support from each and every one of you. Those people would be Red Joker, Purple Poundini, Jemshin, Britzkrieg, Jupe the Malignant, Michael, Ravalern, Mabbity Babbity, Astral Frontier, Tales of Atonement, Nixie Chan, Kiri Artemis, Limor Pinku, Love Bunny Games, Victorian Alchemist, I'm not saying the last part of that, and you know that, Aurora, Leela Ururaka, Arcton Arclacier, Kiratorian, Dren Hadamata, Jordan M, John L, Lord Bleck, Smiling Game Master, and Fireshard. Thank you so very much. But since you're here, why not go ahead and try watching another one? There should be one that's on the screen right now. And if you are a patron of mine, I wanted to go ahead and thank you again for all of your support. There is still a video you could press, though, if you'd like. I would appreciate it just a little bit.